Later this week, our country will observe Veterans Day. It's a day that we want to pause and honor our veterans. Maybe we have the day off, maybe some will take advantage of some shopping specials. But the important thing about Veterans Day is to honor our veterans and appreciate them for what they have done for our country. I thought it would be appropriate, in light of Veterans Day, to consider some ways that we can hire veterans as employees. Obviously, if you're required to do an affirmative action plan, recruiting veterans is a priority. But even if you're not required to do an affirmative action plan, hiring veterans is the right thing to do. Who more deserves a chance for employment and a career than those who have fought so diligently for our country? So I thought it would be helpful to think about some ways that we can take that military experience and translate it into how it might work in the civilian workforce. Many veterans will use the services of the Veterans Administration or other veterans associations to help them craft a resume that's appropriate for civilian work. But even if you get a resume from a veteran that still has a lot of military language on it, it's still important to consider what skills and attributes that veteran brings to the workplace. You can do some translation on your own of military work to the civilian applicability by focusing during the interview on the skills, the interpersonal skills and other skills that the veteran has, not so much the job title or even job duties. For instance, if you have a veteran who's been a sharpshooter, you probably don't have an opening for a sharpshooter, but you may need someone who has led teams, who has strong attention to detail, who can establish priorities, and who has minimal room to make errors. Interpersonal skills are typical with veterans as well. So again, it's important to focus on the skills, not so much the job duties or the job titles. Obviously, if you're dealing with a veteran who also has a disability, you would want to apply the standards set out through the Americans with Disabilities Act to accommodate that veteran as you can. On the next Tuesday tip, I'll share with you some lessons I've learned after having 20 years owning my consulting business.